Hi everyone, this is Joshua Hoffman from Research Access. We're here with Jayant Ramchandani from Novitas, and you're the Chief Operating Officer, is that right? Thank you for joining us, we really appreciate it. Why don't we have you start by telling us a little bit about Novitas and what your business is?
Sure. First of all, thanks Josh for taking the time.
Our pleasure.
Novitas was founded on taking a few tried and tested principles in the online world and transporting them to the physical retail space, which is a significantly larger market.
Okay.
The first thing we've done is in the online world, every repeat customer is recognized at the homepage of an e-commerce site. And it is astounding that even though 90% of commerce happens in physical retail, every time a retail establishment starts with a customer, a repeat customer who may have been coming there for tens of years, afresh each time they walk in. So we've taken this cookie concept from the online world and transported that to the physical retail space.
Okay, so we can get the kind of personalization that we've come to expect from shopping on an Amazon, but with recommendations and the kind of personalized experience, but that doesn't exist in the physical space.
Exactly.
So Novitas is working to bring that.
Exactly. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that online browsing is very vital in engaging with a customer. As you just said, at Amazon.com, when you view a book online, read a customer review online, all of that information essentially tells us what you're interested in. And so likewise, we've introduced the concept of in-store browsing. And that tells us what is Josh interested in buying.
Right.
So those are the principles that we've transported from the online world to the physical world.
Okay.
And then what we've done is we said, okay, fine, now that we recognize a repeat customer when they walk into the store, what next? How do we make it effective for them? And what we've done is we really feel that fundamentally a brand company wants to communicate with its customers in the store and at the shelf. And so what we've done is we've created a card platform which serves as a cookie, and then we use the phone as a mechanism to communicate with the customer at the store.
Okay. So tell us what that looks like for the customer. Walk us through what the experience is.
Sure. So let's say Josh walks into Macy's, okay, and let's say DKNY is a brand that's sold at Macy's, and you're interested in DKNY ties.
Okay.
So when you walk into the store, you would get a set of offers, which would be like thumbnail pictures and a brief description of the offer.
Okay.
And this comes from the brand companies that sell at Macy's.
Okay.
Now you get that on your phone upon entry.
Okay.
And then what happens is, let's say you're interested in the ties and you're interested in a jacket, but nothing else. And you click on those two on your phone and you say, I'm interested in that. Now what we've done here is that we've captured brand response, whether you buy or not.
Okay.
So that's the first thing in sort of determining.
Learning a lot about the customer.
Learning a lot about the customer, and DKNY is very interested, for instance, in knowing, is Josh, interested in this. So that's the first step we've done. So then what happens is, let's say, as I said, you're interested in that tie, you click on it, now what you get is a detailed offer. You get an offer code, and you can go purchase that.
Okay.
And we capture all of that. What we also capture, so what we've done essentially, we've created a concept of an offline click-through.
Right.
And there are two levels of click-through here. The first click-through is when Josh walks into Macy's, which is like you're clicking into Macy's.
Sure.
And you get a list of offers. That's the first level of click-through.
Just in that action, you already know that I've come somewhere likely to buy clothing of some
exactly.
kind. I've already demonstrated some intent.
You've demonstrated an intent to buy.
Yeah.
Now they have the mind share of you, and this is the time to service you. So that's the first click-through, which is clicking through into Macy's and getting a list of offers. Then we have two other types of click-throughs. First one is, as I said, when you clicked on that thumbnail and you said, I'm interested in that, that's a second level of click-through. This we call as a brand response click-through. The other kind of click-through is you get these offers and now you actually walk to the tie section of the store. We capture that, yes, within 5 minutes of getting that offer, or within 10 minutes you went to the tie section of Macy's. That's another type of click-through. So we capture all of this, and this is the session metrics that we have. And so it's a virtuous cycle of sort of developing this customer, intelligence and enabling a retailer and a brand company to use that customer intelligence to serve you better.
So there's a really interesting piece of technology that goes on. There's several interesting pieces of technology that go along with this. But can I ask you to talk just for a minute about how you come to know that the customers entered the store in the first place? There's a really interesting story there.
Right. So let me show you that.
Yeah,
piece of
please.
technology.
Yeah.
So everybody carries a bunch of cards in the wallet, and our goal is to embed our technology in your, credit cards or loyalty cards, etc. So what we do is we've created an active RFID inlay which gets embedded in these cards.
Okay.
And this can be read through your wallet, so you don't have to take this out. Our thesis is that the customer will do nothing than what she does right now when she walks into a store. We cannot encumber the customer to swipe a card or somehow identify herself or download an application and say, I've checked in here. That's asking a bit much.
Right.
And so all the customer does is carry a card that he or she's already carried with our technology embedded in that card.
I see. So all of the loyalty programs that the customers are used to, the membership cards at their favorite retailers or the discount cards that they're used to carrying, by virtue of embedding this technology in those cards, the customer doesn't have to do anything other than walk into the store.
The customer does nothing different.
Okay.
And what we do is we focus on the aspirational customer. An aspirational customer is a customer that knows a particular brand, likes that brand, and if served well, will spend more on that brand. So it's that sort of segment of customer that would get this technology embedded in the card that they already have.
Right. And then by pairing their loyalty cards with their cell phone,
exactly.
That's how you're connecting with the customer directly to deliver some offers and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly. You've got a couple different customer areas as you build this business, right? There are a couple different organizations that are part of this chain. So you're engaging with Macy's, you're engaging with DKNY or the brands there. You're engaging with the customer. What's the breakdown as far as your business goes? How are you engaging at these different
Exactly.
levels?
Actually, so what this is fundamentally an ecosystem thing. So let me describe the members of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So as you pointed out, first is Macy's. Macy's represents your average, retail store. And then we have the brand companies that sell there. Now you could also have a company like Gap, which sells its own brand.
Right.
So now Gap plays a dual role here. So Gap is both the advertiser / brand company and the retail store. The third player in this is the card platform. So the card platform, as I said, could be one of many cards, credit card, loyalty card, etc. Now, the question you might ask is, what is the value that we bring to each member in this ecosystem? So firstly, to the brand company. It is said that 50% of marketing works, except we don't know which 50%.
Okay.
So the first thing that we do for the brand company is we get brand response, which is for every campaign that they run within the store through our channel, they precisely know how the customer is responding to that. And I just sort of explained how that works.
Right.
For the retailer, what we do is two things. First of all, because the offers are delivered in-store when the customer can act on it, we believe that the redemption of the offers will significantly rise compared to your print channels. In print channels, for instance, it's less than 1%. We expect that to grow at least tenfold. So what happens is that the retailer is most interested in same-store sales. By virtue of this, the same-store sales will go up. What also happens for the retailer is, by virtue of understanding in-store browsing, for the first time they complete 360-degree customer view. So the intelligence that they have about their customer is much more than they've ever had in the past.
Right.
Now the third player in this ecosystem is the card platform. The card companies are looking to innovate on the card platform. and this is something that can be done. We can combine all of this on a common card which you carry in your wallet. So you can, if this technology is embedded in a common card, that's all you need to carry when you go from one retailer to the other. And so the card platform gets a rev share from us in allowing us to embed our technology in their cards and allowing us to use their distribution channels. And finally, for the shopper, there is no more coupon clipping, and they get pertinent offers when and where they can act on it.
And personalized with that level of detail that, again, we talked about that they might get on an Amazon platform already, but aren't getting in their physical shopping experience. So that they're getting the deals that are actually relevant to them and not the nonsense.
Exactly.
Terrific. So in looking at the mobility platform itself, a big part of this is the phone experience. I mean, obviously this is enabled by delivering offers via the phone as a customer. Do you see marrying this technology even closer with the phone itself, breaking out from even the physical cards? And
Absolutely.
Having the phone be the 360-degree platform for this?
Absolutely. We believe in the long term the phone will be that. And although there are 2 billion pieces of plastic today, if you add up loyalty cards, gift cards, credit cards, adds up to a large number. Yet, we feel that the long-term play is the phone. And what we are working on, the roadmap, is to combine presence identification and near-field technology on a single chip in the phone. That's what we want to do. So you can pay using the phone, you can get offers by virtue of being identified on the basis of the phone. And that's where we want to go.
How do you deliver? So this is fascinating for any number of reasons, not the least of which is this is kind of a bi-directional marketing ecosystem. You've built a platform for advertisers to reach their customers in an outbound way. But also, and this is what's of particular interest to us as a market research community, is you've also built a platform for the retailers and the brands to learn a lot about their customer in the process. This is an inbound marketing component as well. How is that kind of information delivered to the partners in your ecosystem? What kind of information are they able to capture? You talked a little bit about understanding, the click-through component and when people express desires, but also, what other information are the retailers and the brands able to glean from customers in this process?
So for the brand, as I said, the brand is interested in knowing how a segment of customers is responding to a campaign. And so by capturing these offline click-throughs, that's what we give back to our brand. For the retailer, what we do is we fundamentally give them, just like they capture online browsing, we give them in-store browsing. And so you can really get a traffic pattern analysis of how are people browsing your store. That's one thing. You can also get insights. You can really complete that 360-degree view of the customer. There's a lot of richness of data from the time a customer enters the store till she's at the point of sale. That data is completely lost right now. We capture that. And that is what we sort of give back to the retailer.
Now, certainly this is an incredibly powerful platform, and like you said, one of the really important components of it is really lowering the barrier to entry of the experience for the customer by not having to swipe or check in or identify themselves in some way. But certainly, a big part of the discussion around things like RFID and whatnot has been privacy as well. What kind of options are open to the consumer to ensure that only the information they want to share is shared?
Exactly. So the first thing is that none of this is done in stealth. The customer opts in. The customer is told explicitly that we will know your presence in the store, and by virtue of this, we'll be able to serve you better. And so it's purely an opt-in because there's a significant value that we bring to the shopper. That's the first thing that's told. And secondly, all the information that's on this card is merely a number. So this card has no meaning outside the confines of, let's say, Macy's or
Right.
Saks, and it could have different meaning in each of these stores,
Mhm.
and that is just stored in the silo of that particular retailer.
Okay.
So none of that is exposed outside. So when you walk into Macy's, all we get is a number. We then take that number and we sort of know what that number means in terms of Josh as a customer in the
In
Macy's.
Macy's, what the
purview.
customer has shared about themselves with Macy's.
Exactly.
I see.
So there's nothing compromised outside of Macy's.
Sure.
The whole purpose of this is to serve the customer better, for the brand to understand how people, respond
Sure.
to their campaigns.
Sure. Terrific. So what's the year ahead for Novitas?
Okay,
What's coming?
very nice. Okay, so basically our goal is to launch in first quarter next year.
Okay.
We are focusing on a launch in Santana Row,
Okay.
and we want to do a contained launch. And we have 2 retailers and 1 restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is in the Silicon Valley
this
area.
is the Silicon Valley, Santana Row.
Mhm.
Santana
Very
Row.
technology savvy and accepting area of the country to start in.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so the objective, the really key objective of the launch is that we have a model which says that every time Josh walks into a store, based on the offer served, we expect to earn X dollars or $1, or whatever that sum is. It's based on how you respond to the offers that are served to you. So we want to prove out that model in a very contained way, and then get the necessary press based on the launch, and the necessary consumer pull to see that this is significant value that we are bringing to the shopper, and after that scale it. We've done a lot of groundwork in terms of scaling. We've talked to the card companies, but all we want to do right now is launch in a contained way and then scale after that.
Terrific. Great. Well, thanks for joining us today to talk about this. This is an incredibly exciting platform and area, particularly, again, as I said, for consumers in general and brands in general. But as I said, from a market research perspective, this is mobility is going to be the next major platform for organizations to understand and connect with their customer better. And this is a really important step forward. So thanks again for telling us about it today.
Right. Thank
and
you.
we wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.